Hey, what's up guys? Tukey here, back again with another episode of my Seattle Sonics, my league, right here on NBA 2K19. And in this episode, your reigning, defending champions, the Seattle Sonics, look to maintain that spot at the top of the pecking order. However, it's going to be a little bit difficult to do. Of course, the overall team depth right now probably as good as it's ever been, thankfully, because we need it to be. Currently dealing with injuries to Richie Davidson and Bohannon. Bohannon out for at least another month, as brutal as that is. The good thing is, despite those injuries, we're actually still relatively high in the standings. In first place, 3.5 games up on the Trailblazers in the Northwest Division, and in general, in first place in the league at 15-6, a win percentage of .714. We will ignore the Vegas Aces because screw them. This is my spotlight, not talking about you. Now, the good thing is, here on December 2nd, the majority of this episode, the plan is to sim as much as we can. And how much we get through is really dependent on whether or not we get hit, or really more appropriately, slapped across the face by ye old injury bug. And of course, whether or not to, just in general, we have underperforming players, have to switch around the rotation and stuff like that. Good Lord. On cue. Cato goes down to injury for 4 to 6 weeks. That's just great. Technically, he can play through it. We're not going to do that. No. 99% healed, playable injury. Maybe he will play through it then. 99% healed. He's still listed. It's suggesting that he plays reserve, though. All right, I'm going to trust the game's logic on this one then. If it's suggesting that he plays reserve. And you know what? Let's just hit build rotation here. It has Baker in, which is fine. He is ours after all. So Davidson, Bohannon, and Cato are all out. Torres is in at point guard, or at shooting guard. Of course, we have him as the backup point guard, but I suppose we really don't have a choice when the option is playing Jackie Nash, but Jackie doesn't have point guard as a back. Okay, let's just do some things and some stuff here. So we're gonna have Torres play quite a bit, but we're also gonna give Jackie some time. It's your time to shine, Jackie. You got this. And between McKinney, if we can get over to his career stats, or at least his advanced stats for the season, 638 true shooting, 13 and 11 for efficiencies. Yeah, he has been a hell of a lot better than McDaniels. So, granted, McDaniels isn't playing that much more than McKinney, but we are going to change that. We're going to drop Torres' numbers by a little bit. We're going to drop McDaniels' numbers by a little bit more. That's drop Hopkins down to 20. And we will bump up McKinney to 32. Jackie's good where he is, I suppose. How do we want to bump? There we go. Good enough. Jackie Nash. Great time to make an impression, buddy. You're in the starting lineup. Don't blow it. Richie Davidson's back to 100%. We will leave the rotation as is for now, and we do pick up a win in our first game with Nash as a starter, 138 to 125 over the Raptors. We do end up losing to Vegas by 2. That could come back to haunt us later on. Good Lord, man, Sean McKinney, hyperextended right shoulder. What's up with all the shoulder injuries? Jesus. Do I want to make the we'll make the random wrestling reference like fucking Randy Orton in 2008. God damn, just stretches his arms over his head in the morning to stretch out, and his shoulder just pops out of socket. Good Lord. Next, someone's going to get... Here, we'll make a hockey reference. Next, someone's going to get injured eating pancakes. That happened, by the way. Hyperextended right shoulder for Sean McKinney. He is out for up to 2 months. Kill me. Just kill me. Oh, God. All right, so 3 men on the sideline still. The good thing is Davidson will be back in as the starter. McDaniels is apparently on a hot streak, so I will trust it. He's our starter anyway, so Nash, Torres. Right. I'll just trust it. I'll trust it. You got it. AI coach. I believe in you. The good thing is, and I don't want to say this, but we are still winning games. I'd like to think that could continue as we beat the Clippers 119-104, and we beat the Knicks as well. Crush them, in fact, which, just to perpetuate that meme, another close loss, this time to Dallas. We have 3 games left in the wonderful year known as 2027. We lose back-to-back games for the first time in God knows how long. Will we lose to the Nets to make it 3? We will not. 9-point victory there. And a rematch against the Warriors from earlier in the month, and we lose to them again, this time by just 3. More of a defensive battle. But we go to January 1st, technically still on the 31st, but that doesn't matter. As of January 1st, we are still in first place in the division, 5 points up on our best friends, the Utah Jazz, who refuse to go away. In the conference, we are top of the conference, just barely ahead of the Aces, but 26 wins is the highest in the NBA thus far this season. An 11-point differential, which is by far the best in the league. So while we're here, let's go back over here. Injury-wise, McKinney's just about ready to come back, as is Cato, but I'm going to hold them out until they're 100%, so we actually won't change the rotation. They should be back very soon, though. We play that game against the Aces. Ooh, we've lost 4 out of 5. Not a great run. Bohannon is listed as day-to-day. I don't want him playing until he's 100%. There is no reason to risk injury. We're going to be a playoff team, although at this point, maybe not. Good Lord, man. We are getting crushed. Irvin Bohannon cannot come back soon enough. Please, for the love of God, rebuild rotation. So McKinney's still hurt. Cato's still hurt. That takes Baker out of the equation, which is fine by me. Irvin Bohannon, welcome back. This is the most we have struggled in a long, long time, losing 6 out of our last 7 games, probably since the year we sat our starters heading into the playoffs, and then ended up having to play the Lakers and completely blowing it, if you remember that. I think this is the worst we've struggled since then. I mean, we still have, oh my God, Willard, why? The good thing is, of course, we still have solid depth. We're still doing well. No real complaints. But Torres and McKinney are out, and of course, Baker does not suit into the equation whatsoever. Let's keep going. We have won back-to-back games for the first time in far too long. We have a home-and-home against the Trailblazers. We win both games. Second one was a little bit closer, and we are right back to peak form. Having won 5 straight games, we make it 6 until A.J. Marsh breaks ribs. Not just a rib, ribs. 2 weeks for ribs to repair, huh? Gonna call bullshit on that one, but I'll take it. We will go ahead and take a look here. A.J. Marsh is going to be out. He was in pretty damn good form. Of course, Marsh and McKinney now sitting. Torres, I'm going to... oh, God, I'm going to take you out. I don't want people playing unless they are 100%. We'll give Baker a little bit of time. And, wow, Jackie Nash is the 6th man right now. That really kind of speaks to where this team is right now in terms of the injuries. But again, it is the best we have had top to bottom in terms of depth. We'll actually leave the rotation as is. Sorry, Willard, you're the odd man out because someone else will be back from injury sooner rather than later. We play Atlanta and win by 13. We play Houston and left history. What is happening? I haven't messed with the injury slider throughout this series, and this is the worst it's ever been. Dourekas with a pinched nerve is out for a month. God damn. God damn. Now, it didn't take him out, but again, I don't want to risk further injury unless it's a very minor injury for you. 93% healed, can be aggravated. Yeah, no, I'm not risking that. There's no way. You're not playing. You are not playing. We will have Murray Hopkins in, and congratulations to Byron Wesley, but he is going to be slotting into the starting rotation next to Hopkins. I don't care. There is no way I'm playing Dourekas if he's not 100%, so congratulations to Baker. You'll get just a little bit of time. McDaniels is exhausted, but that's fine. And then again, we will bump up Murray Hopkins like 32 minutes. We'll bump up Wesley to like 25 because we kind of have no choice. And I guess we'll bump up Baker a little bit. And how else do we want to decide this? Jackie Nash is on a bit of a cold streak. Jackie, buddy, pal of mine, down to like 15 minutes for you. Bump you up to like 20. Give the extra minutes to Davidson, who's playing well. That'll be the team. Let's see. I keep hyping up this depth. Let's see how good they do. We ended up getting crushed by the Rockets in the game where Dourekas went down, but we do get our third win over Portland in the past few weeks. As AJ Marsh is up to day. He is not playing until he's 100%, as we had lost 2 out of 3, losing to Houston and LA, but we do bounce back with wins. We beat Indiana, and on the final day of the month, we will get AJ Marsh back before this game against the OKC Thunder. Let's see what this rotation looks like now. So again, funny enough, Davidson's actually getting no time whatsoever. I don't want McKinney playing, and I do not want Dourekas playing. That is just not going to happen. I am shocked at how much time the game is giving Jackie Nash, but I will trust the logic, I suppose. You know what? I won't. We'll make changes if we have to. Time to play who's doing well and who deserves time. Ethan Baker, how the hell you doing, buddy? How are you? Yeah, I mean, the player efficiency is nice. You often want to call it performance, at least I do. True shooting is kind of rough. He's actually not been that bad. I'm shocked. Can I just swap those two so I don't care? There we go. Oh, good old Byron Wesley has actually been doing pretty well. Fair play. Richie Davidson, not too bad. Cato, pretty damn good. Willard, not too bad. Jackie. Oh, God, Jackie, you're a defensive specialist, and that's it. Like, that's it, man. That's just it. I gotta be honest, I'm not really digging it. I'm not really digging it, Jackie. I think you're out of there. Willard's looking too good. Cato and Davidson's looking too good. You're being reduced to a minor role. I trust the others can play some semblance of defense. I'd like to believe. Darrell Arnold is on an MVP pace thanks to the Devil, and Bohannon's still killing it as well. So let's take a look here, although McDaniels will certainly be the starter no matter what. I'm going to drop Arnold down to 36. Let's get Marsh up. Let's get those guys up there a little bit. So the 6th man should probably be Willard. We will bump up. Who do we want to bump up here? Cato deserves some time. Davidson deserves a little bit of time. Wesley's going to need some time because of injuries. And in all honesty, Baker hasn't been that bad. So that is looking okay, all things considered. Beautiful. We'll have to change it again relatively soon, I'm sure. We lose by 1 to OKC as we head into the month of February. Sean McKinney is back to 100%. We'll leave the rotation as is for now, unless we lose this next game to Minnesota, because that would be 3 in a row as we head into All-Star selection at the very least. We do beat the T-Wolves, and I do wish to stop the simulation. Team Darrell. We'll make selections for Team Darrell. Now, a 3-time All-Star is the captain, going up against Connor Nash. Let's do this. Who do we have available? I'm going to select all of our teammates. Are you kidding me? Giannis is a 12-time All-Star. Jesus Christ. No teammates are available? Damn shame. Damn shame. Nelson Fletcher can kick rocks. And then AC Galloway should have been ours. Let's go for Nelson Fletcher. Yes, Nelson, come to Team Darrell. Giannis goes to Team Nash. We will take AC Galloway. Because why would we not? Our team is so much better. Imagine taking Kristaps Porzingis. What's the matter with you? Jason Tatum, it's not going to work. We got to take Ayton. I didn't even mean to do this, but we're just kind of here. Don't worry about it. And let's take the old Jason Tatum, which means you guys get stuck with Lloyd Harvey, Mr. Irrelevant. Pick your reserves. Oh, do I want to? Though? Luka's available. Also Melvin Briggs, though. We need a center. Auto draft. Ended up taking Lucas. So there we go. And Melvin Briggs. Everything worked out just fine. Let's go back to the old rotation. See what we're dealing with. now that McKinney is back to 100%. So, of course, he will take over for Vin Baker, basketball player. Shout out to Vin Baker. Wesley is not doing well. Not at all. So we're just going to drop those minutes down, bud. I'm sorry that you are struggling as much as you are. And McKinney, were you doing better? 5.99, 11-9. Whereas McDaniels is 5. Okay, yeah, you're still doing better than McDaniels, which is shocking to me. But we will make that change. So McKinney, congratulations. You're right back in the thick of things. Although this does mean that we are going to have to drop some minutes down. Davidson's going to get dropped to like 8. Cato's going to get dropped to 12. Torres is going to get dropped to like 18. McDaniels will still be at about 25. And McKinney is going to get the bump. The bump. We have 2 minutes left. We'll give it to Wesley, and we'll give it to, I mean, if we're just going to do that, let's just give Cato some minutes and everybody's happy. Everybody's happy. A few more games before the All-Star break, taking on Cleveland, Milwaukee, and the Washington Wizards before taking on Utah and Minnesota, like the day before. Deadline, no thank you. Literally not allowed. 2-point win over Cleveland. Can we beat Giannis and the Bucks? We can. Well done. Now 3 in a row after another 2-game skid. We beat Washington as well. 2 games left before the break. Let's see what we're dealing with as we're up to 40 wins on the year. And Jesse McDaniels breaks his hand. Oh, why? Why though? Why did that have to happen? Why do you do the things that you do? Why would you do such a thing? But why? Everything was going so well. So Baker's back in. Harris just isn't going to play until he's 100%. So Baker, congratulations. You're going to get a little bit of time. You've actually played relatively well. So we still have McKinney on 32. Willard on 18. We'll bump up Wesley and Baker. Oh, God. Bump up Davidson to 15, 12, and 12. And everybody's happy except for Jackie Nash, who's not playing. Oh, my God, the menus. Sim through this game against the T-Wolves as we got killed by Utah and by Minnesota. Not quite what I was hoping for, but I'll take it, I suppose. 40-20 on the year. It could be a hell of a lot worse. The All-Star teams this year, Arnold, of course, made it, and we know that nobody else did, unfortunately, unless someone was in there as a backup, and that is not the case. Makes you wonder if Bohannon would have made it had he not been hurt. As far as All-Star participants? Team Connor, Team Darrell. That's what I was wondering. Dunk contest, do we have anybody? Nope. 3-point contest, Darrell. Team USA? Nobody. What about the world? No, nobody. Okay, well, that's disappointing. As far as the award races are concerned, Arnold playing second fiddle to Connor Nash of St. Louis. Rightfully so, I would say, in terms of the MVP race. Rookie of the year, we don't have anybody up there. Sixth man of the year, Christian Slater, Hollywood's greatest actor, is up there right now. Defensive player, of course, we have nobody. Most improved, we have no. We do. We have AJ Marsh. He should have been up there last year. He was so good. But I'll take it. And NBA records for the hell of it. LeBron is now up there. Whoa. I want career. LeBron, my God, just killed Kareem. Crushed him. Absolutely crushed him. Steph has the record for three-pointers by a mile and a half. Absolutely ridiculous. Figured we'd take a look at this stuff because we're already here. John Stockton, you and your beautiful shorts. You're so good. Hakeem's still up there. I don't believe anyone. No one's joined the whole 3,000 blocks deal. Steals, nobody there yet. Minutes, LeBron. My God, played 6,000 more minutes than Kareem. Absolutely ridiculous. Although MJ reigns supreme still with Wilt Chamberlain. Good old Wilt. Oh, I do wonder. We're pretty much good. Then in a season, I mean, meh. We're good. We're good is the point. Let's continue onward with this season, shall we? The plan is to finish up the regular season. Although, playoff picture. Ooh, we have slipped. We have slipped. We are still the top of the Northwest Division by 6.5 games over OKC. But in terms of the conference, we are down to third behind Dallas and the Vegas Aces, who I disregarded earlier, perhaps incorrectly so. Damn shame. Power rankings were third on NBA, fifth on 2K, and Mark Spears has us at third as well. So we have slipped up a bit, but we've been playing for a good amount of time without Dourekas and without being 100%. All things considered, it's fine. We don't have to be the number one team heading into the playoffs. Kill me. We don't have to be the number one team heading into the playoffs. It didn't work out too well last year for San Antonio, who probably just beat us. But, we'll make the most of it. So, Murray's hurt, which, again, I don't want anybody playing if they're not 100%. So, Byron Wesley starting center, this is happening. This is happening. We have no choice. I refuse to play guys if they're not 100%. I don't even care if you're 99% healthy. If there's a chance that you're going to re-aggravate an injury, sit the hell down. I care about the playoffs more than anything else. So congratulations to Jackie Nash, who makes it back into the lineup. And we'll see what Wesley can do at center with Dourekas and Murray Hopkins both down to injury. We ended up losing to the Spurs as well. Dourekas! Thank Christ. Thank God, Dourekas is back. Oh boy, Jackie, so close yet so far. So close yet so far. You tried so hard. You really did. You really did. So I know I don't have to move Dourekas back up like this, but, I just kind of felt like it. Yeah, we will absolutely swap the minutes. Thank you very, very much. And, yeah, we'll just give Wesley back to 12. That's fine. Murray won't play, and again, Jackie Nash is just stapled back to the bench. You sit there, Jackie. Never mind, Jackie, you're right back. Ethan Baker gets hurt for 2 to 4 weeks. Jackie Nash back in the game. Look out, world. Here comes Jackie. And Wesley struggling, but that's fine. So, you look at the injuries. Murray Hopkins will be back soon, thankfully, as we continue onward with this injury-prone season. We got absolutely crushed by Phoenix, which is devastating. We will worry about contract extensions later on. I couldn't possibly care less at this point. But we are not doing well. Murray Hopkins is back. Thank the Lord. Welcome back, Murray. And I gotta be honest, at the very least, you're gonna replace Jackie Nash. You got that going for you. McDaniels isn't gonna play, so Wesley's gonna go down to like 6 minutes. And good old Murr. That's our boy, Murray Hopkins. He'll be back in. So Cato's gonna drop a little bit. And I think Murray will be the 6th man. Probably. Maybe. Possibly. Potentially. We got 7 minutes left. Oh, how to do the things that we want to do. Let's bump that back up. Let's bump that back up to like 8. Cato can go up by, and then bam. There we go. Congratulations, Richie. As you guys are still battling to prove who deserves a spot in the lineup, we do lose our 4th straight game out of the All-Star break. Make it 5. We are really throwing away a chance of being able to catch Vegas here. We do end up beating the St. Louis Sound, which is nice, and their MVP candidate. But we are going to need a strong finish to this season to be where we want to be. So we'll see what we can do here as we get Jesse McDaniels back. So I think now's the right time to take a look at the team again. Again, Jackie Nash, it's just not going to happen. Baker was playing well, but he's still not 100%. Wesley, meh. And with Murray back, Wesley, you are the weakest link. Davidson, 561, not bad. Cato at a 595, so he'll be a little bit ahead. And then Torres at a 534. So again, Cato, we don't have him as a point guard backup. We also don't have Davidson, or Davidson not at the point guard backup either. So Torres still needs to get some time. It's just not going to be anything too crazy. And then, yeah, these extra minutes will definitely go to McDaniels. And, of course, McKinney at that 618 true shooting has been better than Jesse this year. So I hate to tell you, Jesse, but it's not looking too good for you. As we need to drop the time of some of these other dudes. Bump up Jesse McDaniels to like 18 minutes. And we should be good on that front as we approach the home stretch of this I hate life. Murray Hopkins, torn right calf muscle. This is an absolute joke at this point, if it wasn't already. Murray, buddy, take a seat. You're not needed anymore. Good God. Good God. So Wesley, congratulations. You're back in the fold, buddy. Jackie Nash, unfortunately, you are not, so we'll bump you guys up. We'll bump up McDaniels to like 20 minutes. All right, well, Dourekas and Marsh, hope you guys have been getting your cardio in there because you are going to be relied upon heavily as Ethan Baker is back, but we won't really be able to make room for him as we have won 4 straight games, up to 44 wins on the year, but we cannot make it 45. Detroit beats us by just a little bit, right? Just a little bit. Nothing to be concerned about at all or anything. There's a lot of things to be concerned about there, but we do bounce back. 2 straight wins over the Pelicans and Grizzlies. We lose to the Knicks, which is always disheartening, before a home-at-home against the Denver Nuggets. We lose the first game at home. Can we beat them on the road? Our final game of March. Not ideal whatsoever. We have 7 games left this season. We're at 46-29. Not as good as you'd hope. But with the injuries that we've had, I suppose it isn't all that bad. We are still the top team in the division, although not by much. OKC very much threatening us at this point. In terms of the conference, we are currently 3rd. We have punched our ticket back to the playoffs. The good thing is we're only 2 games back of the Aces. So, I mean, we could very well win the conference. We could very well not even win our division. Very, very much dependent on what happens down the stretch here. Power rankings 4th, 7th, and 4th. My boy Mark Spears. Thank you very much, sir. It's going to be interesting to see how this goes down. I think we're going to change... We're going to change this order, this rotation, to resemble what we're going to be doing in the playoffs. So again, Murray Hopkins, definitely out. In terms of a power forward, we'll get Wesley there. We'll pretty much set guys up as to, you know, like, okay, these are the pairings. These are the guys who are going to be, you know, kind of matched up. So we know Willard Torres is in. No matter what, Willard Torres is in. We need him to back up Darrell Arnold. In terms of a shooting guard, that's a whole nother question because McDaniels can also play guard, and we're going to run with an 8-person bench. So we need a guard and a forward and then a big, which is going to be Wesley. So congratulations, Byron Wesley. You are also in right now. It's just down to whoever else, based off of performance, is going to make it into this lineup in terms of a more of a guard role or more of a forward role, too. Maybe we'll have 1 guard and 1 forward out of this. So, I mean, Ethan Baker, 524, he's done well, but obviously Baker's on the outs right now. And in terms of the 3 guards, we'll run with a 9-person bench for now. But in terms of the 3 guards, Davidson, Nash, and Cato, I mean, I think we already know Jackie Nash isn't making it, so it's down to Cato. 16, 7, and a 589 versus a 15, a 7, and a 564. It's gonna go to Cato over Davidson. As crazy as that is, but that'll be the way to do it. So Hopkins is injured. Baker, Nash, and Davidson will sit. And we're going to have Torres, Cato, McDaniels, and Wesley. And between McDaniels and Cato, we'll probably shorten it to see who ends up having that role if we drop it down to an 8-man bench for the postseason. We could have it run as a 9 if we really wanted to. So, heading into the playoffs, I don't necessarily want to drop minutes. I mean, I guess I would prefer to, all things considered. But, at the very least, we'll try to counterbalance here. Just by bumping up certain minutes for other players. So, we'll go with the 21 for McDaniels. We really can't afford the rest players right now. That's the issue. And you know what? I'm a little bit worried about endurance. but we're shifting into more of a playoff mode. We are definitely shifting into more of a playoff mode. So it's going to be Arnold up at 40, Bohannon up at 40, Dourekas at 35, Marsh at 35. We're bumping up the minutes for these guys down the stretch because we are playing for seeding at this point heading into April. We'll sim our first 2 games against San Antonio and St. Louis. We end up beating the Spurs by 1. That could go down as a gigantic win. And we beat St. Louis as well, 114-97. So far, so good. 2 games against the 76ers and Clippers, respectively. The battle of the similar logos and color schemes as we beat Philadelphia and we beat LA. Beautifully done. And that sets the stage for an interesting game against Sacramento, which is the first time that's been said in a very, very long time. Shout out to Mike Bibby and Peja Stojakovic. But let's take a look at the standings here. So in the division, we're 2 games up on Oklahoma. We control our own destiny. We could even botch it and still have OKC not catch us. But we're 1 win away out of 3 from pretty much sealing the deal, which is very nice. In terms of the conference, we are still 2 games back of Vegas. So they have done well to win out. They've already clinched their division. But right now we're a half a game up on the Mavericks. We have that game at hand. So right now we're looking good. Likely to finish top 2 as long as we don't botch it. Let's play Sacramento. Get the win, I hope. That's not good. So Vegas pretty much just confirmed that top seed. We do end up beating Phoenix. Final game of the year against Utah. We're at 51-30. Let's take a look here in the playoff picture. We have clinched our division, thankfully. So a Northwest Division title for us. And in terms of the conference, it's Vegas. They've clinched it. Now, we do need to win this final game of the season to make sure that we stay above Dallas. Because Dallas right now, we have the tiebreaker on them. So as long as we win this last game of the year, we will have home court in the round and home court against everybody in the West with the exception of Vegas. So we absolutely need to win this game here against Utah. Can we do it? Yes, we can. Shout out to Bob the Builder. Back-to-back MVPs. Darrell Arnold wins it. I was not expecting that, but Darrell Arnold, now a 2-time league MVP, averaged 25 points, 2 rebounds, 7 assists, and nearly 2 steals. Did he deserve it? Is the question. I honestly say no. He didn't. If I had Connor Nash and Darrell Arnold won, I would be very upset. Unless Connor Nash missed significant time, he got jobbed. 24, 29, and a 627. And let's see, 24, 24, and a 6... Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I kind of feel like Connor Nash got jobbed a little bit. Let me take a look here. Can we see how many games he played this year? Am I just outright missing that? Recent games, game highs, contract, award history. Split stats? Like, am I just missing how many games he played this year? I feel like I'm just missing it for some reason. But bottom line is, I don't know, man. I'd be pretty upset about that. But I'll take it. 2-time MVP, Darrell Arnold. Zazaturk. Sasa. Ends up winning Rookie of the Year. Did you deserve it? I mean, kind of. Norman Reese might not be happy. He doesn't look very happy. 6th Man of the Year, World's Greatest Actor, Christian Slater. I mean, who's to argue? Defensive Player of the Year, Emmanuel Terry of the Connecticut/Hartford Journeymen. Most Improved, Mac Adrian in Utah. Coach of the Year, Tom Thibodeau. Tibby, that's really the best picture they could get of you, where you have saliva stretching from the top to the bottom of your mouth. That's adorable. Darrell Arnold, though, 2-time league MVP, yet again makes the All-NBA first team next to Nelson Fletcher, Connor Nash, Giannis, and Josh Taylor. The second team, we didn't have anybody there. Unfortunately, the all-third team, we didn't have anybody there, which is kind of shocking. All-defensive team, nobody. All-defensive team, second team, nobody. Rookie team, nobody. But we have Darrell Arnold, and that's all that matters. As you get a look at the bracket, again, we have fixed it. It is back to East and West. So Vegas will take on Utah, Dallas and OKC, Clippers and Golden State, and we'll be taking on the Denver Nuggets, who have had quite a bit of playoff success throughout the history of this series. And we'll see if the Nuggets are the ones to upset us. Very well could be. Very well could be. So team stats, I wanted to take a look here, as the Celtics had the best win percentage, 59 wins on the year. Points per game, we had the league's best offense, and unfortunately had the league's fifth worst defense. That makes, though, for the fourth best differential. So we have that going for us. We were the third highest field goal percentage team, and in terms of threes, we had the best percentage on that front. I do want to take a look, though. Total rebounds per game, 51, not too bad. Assists per game, we were fifth. Steals, we were also fifth. Overall, not too bad. And what about in PIP rating? Yeah, we suck in PIP, but that's okay. We're not very good in PIP rating, but you can forgive that, right? I hope. In terms of the team this year, let's take a look, shall we? Darrell Arnold, of course, 25 points per game. Bohannon, 21. Not too bad, all things considered. 4 rebounds a game. A.J. Marsh, 15 points and nearly 10 rebounds a game. Dourekas averaged a double-double. Not too bad, 10 rebounds and nearly 14 points a game. Cato, 9 points a game. Not bad, 9.5 to be exact. You had McDaniels at 8.6, but again, he's fairly well-rounded in what he does. Davidson averaged 8.5. McKinney at 8.1. And Murray Hopkins will still be out for a week or two, so he'll probably miss this first-round series. Willard Torres there as well. Ethan Baker at 3.9. Wesley at 3.6. And struggled in terms of rebounds as Cortez rejoins this team for the playoffs. How's he looking at this point? He's a 75. It's not too bad. Alfonso, way to go. Way to go. So as far as the team is concerned, again, if we're going to go with an 8-man bench, as far as who backs up, and I mean, McKinney starts, I would have to, I'd have to think, right? I'd have to say. I mean, 11, 10, nearly another 11, but we'll say 11, 11, and a 5.95, whereas McDaniels, 12, 11. I mean, there's an argument. Let me know what you think. Is McDaniels the main guy, or is it McKinney? In terms of forwards, I mean, obviously Ethan Baker won't be on the playoff roster. In terms of a backup big, it has to be Wesley for now. So, I mean, I think those two, McDaniels and Wesley, have their spots carved out. But if we go to an 8-man bench, I mean, I feel like it has to be Torres, just because he can actually play point guard. I know Cato's done well, but I feel like it has to be Torres. Otherwise, if we go with a 9-man bench, we would have to decide between Davidson and Cato. Davidson 15-7 and a 5.64, as opposed to a 17-8 and a 6.05. So Davidson's out. It's just, if we want to run with, a guy who can technically have, who technically has point guard listed as their position, Torres has to be in. But Cato has been the best of the secondary guards. So if we go with an 8-man bench, and we don't want someone who necessarily, we don't think we need someone who necessarily has to have point guard as a listed option, then we go with Cato, Wesley, and McDaniels. No doubt about it. But if we want Torres in there and we run with a 9-man bench, then, changes could be made. But yeah, Baker, Nash, and Davidson are definitely the odd men looking out right now. And let's just say we don't run with Torres, right? Obviously, Wesley won't be getting that much time. We're going to have Arnold at like 42 minutes, Bohannon at like 42. I mean, we're going to be playing the ever-loving hell out of whoever starts. Wesley will be like at 8 minutes. Cato will be like at 12. And then between McKinney and McDaniels, you can argue who plays where, who starts, how much they play. But obviously, too, with Marsh and Dourekas, their backup option being Wesley, we want these guys to be playing as much as possible. But let me know what you think as far as the rotation is concerned for the playoffs. Again, defending champions, we are back in it as the 2 seed in the West. We'll take on Denver as we look to retain our title. Hopefully we can do just that. No pressure on the team, but if not, maybe we call our time with the Celtics good. With the Celtics, with the Sonics. That's just instinct. Sorry. That's just one hell of a Freudian slip right there. Also, the Celtics are at the bottom ticker, so that's cool. But maybe we call our time with the Sonics good to go. And no, I didn't just, you're doing a Celtics series next? You guys know me. I don't even do a Bruins series or a Patriots series, so no, probably not. Don't do hometown teams series. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe we call our time good. Mission accomplished, and we look to move on. Time will tell. Thank you guys very much for watching, though. Greatly appreciated as always. If you haven't dropped the video a like, make sure to do so. Would really help me out with YouTube's ridiculous algorithms. I will see you in the next one. Until then, have a good one. Take it easy. Like what you're doing with your face, and I'll see you next time.